Good morning, guys. Hope you're having a good day. All right, we're going to talk about a couple of things regarding STL files. So, if you've 3D printed before, and with the work you did yesterday, you've heard of STL files, and you probably have already used them, um, but maybe didn't know exactly what they were. Or why we saved them in that format so that we could, you know, print them. Um, but we're gonna get into it a little deeper about what exactly STLs are and all the things we have to do in order to be able to use them and manipulate them and stuff like that. Um, so I'm going to zoom in. So this is a project in the 3D scanning class where we're using a scanned head. So we're scanning our own heads, and then we're creating a mask, a filtered mask. So the filter will go right there, but it's formed. This tan form is based on the face that we scanned. Um, and the way we do that and the tools we have to use are really different. So if I turn on the wireframe view, you can see that that this isn't a normal CAD model. That this surface is made of all triangles. And when we zoom in, you're going to see that this is really thin. It's super thin. There's really no thickness to that scan, and it's got a front side and a back side. So you've got, the front side is colored, and then the inside or the back side is the pink color. And so if you were to try and open this in, say, SolidWorks, you would not be able to. SolidWorks does not work well or at all with STL files that are made of a mesh. So we have to rely on other forms of software in order to work with something that's already a mesh. So in SolidWorks, you can draw something in SolidWorks and then save it, so you can export it as an STL with triangles. But SolidWorks won't open a file that's already triangles, so you wouldn't be able to open this at all in SolidWorks or anything like that. So let's say you downloaded an STL file off the internet, or you produced one in some form of software that wasn't a solid model, that wasn't a solid CAD model. You would then need to do all the editing in a program like Mesh Mixer. So this is Autodesk Mesh Mixer, and it's one of the programs that we're going to work with here pretty soon. And so we've got Mesh Mixer as a possibility, and then also we have Fusion 360 now is becoming pretty capable in handling meshes. So it didn't do it at first, and then they added some mesh tools, and the mesh tools are getting better and better. So Fusion 360 is also another option for editing. But that's one of the reasons we're going to start learning some new software, is to be able to import STLs, to edit them, to customize them, or do some things to them before we 3D print them. The other thing is, if you ever 3D scan something, those scans are going to be either OBJ files or STLs, both of which are composed of triangles. The only difference between an OBJ and an STL is that an OBJ file has color. So if you open an OBJ file, it might have the color of the object that you scanned. So yeah, there's a lot of uses for these softwares for sure. A lot more 3D scanning going on. You can now 3D scan with your phone. So yeah, so we're gonna get into that today a little bit. Before you do that, I'm gonna have you take a quick quiz on in D2L. Should be pretty simple, but if you go to the quiz tab, it's just a 10-question quiz on some terms for 3D printing. and then we'll get going with the rest of our day. Have a good one. Let me know if I can help.